person said they was going to do this for me. They said, da, da, da. What you doing? Did you focus on what God is doing? People will let you down. It's okay. Your faith should not be in those people. Your faith should be in God. I was thinking we could do a little juicing and talking today. Okay, so along with these delicious fruits and veggies, let's get into the talk. So one of my dear friends asked me to call her last night, and she seemed pretty uneasy. You know, she seemed pretty like, look, no pressure, but could you give me a call, you know? And so I was like, okay, let me call her. So when I call her up, she starts to tell me about this lady who she said she would do something for. Now, she already didn't feel good saying she would do it for the lady. But turns out, you know, we want to stick to our promises. When we say we're going to do something, we want to do it. But here's what I found. Being nice to other people, sometimes being too nice, what we call too nice, I feel is actually being mean to yourself. Like, we have to understand that that's what being too nice is. When it turns to helping someone else is hurting yourself, meaning you're uncomfortable, you don't feel good about this, you don't really want to do this, and it's not a sense of laziness, it's just that it's not feeding your soul. That's too nice. Like, we cannot do that. And honestly, you know, I'm the type of person, you don't know that tomorrow is promised. So it's like, you don't want to waste your time or spend your time catering to other people's ego, because honestly, I feel like the other person knows when this isn't feeding you, when this isn't aligned with God, and really they're just trying to feed their ego in some way. They're trying to add this in their life or whatever. So I say that to say, you know, use discernment. And if something doesn't feel good, you can no longer prioritize someone else's desires over yours. We just can't thrive like that. And I don't think that a lot of people realize that, especially not being younger, you know, especially not growing up. Like, a lot of people don't realize that other people's comfort cannot come over your comfort. And I every time I get to another birthday, like, I always come up with a new promise to myself. And I think when I was like 28, my promise to myself was, I'm no longer going to be uncomfortable for other people's comfortability. That was a big one for me, because so many times, you know, before somebody could even explain something and they say they need my help, I'm like, oh, of course, like, how can I help? Because I want to be of service. You know, I feel like that's why we're here, to be of service and to steward our gifts well and to give, you know, graciously give and graciously receive. But we got to really monitor that. So today, I just want to empower you to consider yourself. Consider yourself, because this is your life. And honestly, even when helping someone else, it should feel good to you. And I say that knowing that, you know, helping people sometimes is a sacrifice. But honestly, I mean, call me a hopeless romantic. I believe that everything should be beautiful, even a sacrifice. So if you're struggling, if you're not feeling empowered, or even like what you're doing is even making impact, I'm giving you permission to draw back. You know, a lot of people want to feed their ego and they don't even realize it. Like, they don't even know why they're doing the things that they're doing, why they're asking you to do the things that they're asking you to do. But really, it's because they want to feed their ego. They have you in their corner and they want to use you to amplify whatever they're doing, whether it makes sense or not, whether it wears you out or not, whether it's convenient for you or not. And we just can't go for that, y'all. Now that I've gotten older, I'm heavier on the help me help you. Like, I'm not trying to be worried, be stressed, if I'm figuring something out, okay, I can figure out something out to help you, but don't throw me in the fire. I don't throw people in the fire when I ask them to help me, which honestly is pretty seldom, but I make it comfortable for them. And I desire to have that same courtesy when I'm helping people, because we're here to help each other thrive. And honestly, I want to help people. I have a strong desire to help people, but I'm not here to handicap you. I used to be the type that tried to literally save people from themselves, save people from their habits, save people from all type of poor decisions, etc. And I realized I'm not the God over your life. I can't save you. I'm not your savior. And some people, they don't even realize they're looking to you to save them in some capacity. And so what I do is back up now, because I realized I would try to help people and I'm just making it worse. I'm literally handicapping them. I don't like to tell people to stay away from people, but those people that have a problem for every solution you have, I mean, literally, you could be like, oh, we could do it this way, we could do it that way. And they're like, but that don't, da-da-da-da. I back up. I back up, baby, because as long as you're in close proximity, keep providing those solutions, keep just being there, they'll never see, well, I don't want to say never, but it's hard for them to see that they're the problem. Their thinking is the problem. So as for me, I no longer sit there and try to provide solution after solution. When I see that you're not having faith to even try one solution, you're just coming up with more problems, I'm going to back up. So you can see that there needs to be a shift in your mind so that you can see that there is a solution for every problem. And I'm not going to sit there and continue to be the battleground for you fighting yourself on finding these solutions, on using these solutions, on stepping out of your own way, letting go of the ego, and actually desiring to solve the problem. That's the thing. So many people who want to help, once me, will sit there and start getting dragged and start getting trampled over because the real problem was never the problem. It was that person's mindset. It was that person's comfortability in being stuck in what they call the problem, which is really their closed perspective, which is sometimes their trauma, which is sometimes their hurt, that pain sensory that they have become comfortable to. Do you know that a lot of people's excitement literally comes from pain and suffering? You see, their adrenaline is so used to running rapid when this drama happens. And I was reading this book and it talks about drama stories. I think it's in the book Becoming Supernatural, but basically it talks about these drama stories and these drama sequences that people have. And a lot of people become addicted to these drama sequences that they create in their life and they don't even realize it. And so this excitement that they experience from the drama, they then become addicted to, and they feel that that is the only thing they have. They must see that they have more. And this is why my favorite thing to do is to lead by example. I don't need to get in the fire with you. You don't even need to really be in the fire. That's the whole thing. But I don't need to get in the fire, and I'm going to be that calm example of always looking toward the solution. Now, if you want to come look with me, cool, be my guest. I'm not going to go through that drama sequence with you again and again, because God is good and God has solutions and God is not confusing. So if you're feeling confusion, frustration, anger, resentment, all of these crazy downward spiraling feelings, you're not focused on God. You're not looking to God. You're not looking for the solution. You're looking to feed that ego and the drama story that you have literally become obsessed with. And that's why anytime people are suffering, not to sound harsh or anything, but it's simple. You're not focusing on God. I don't need to know what the problem is. A lot of people are simply not focusing on God because you woke up this morning. Hello. Do you know how many blessings alone comes with waking up? You telling me that you got a heart working for you? You telling me you got organs working for you? You telling me you got a kidney? You know how much a kidney costs? Do you know? I don't think you know. I don't think you know that when people are about to pass, it is literally a whole team of doctors and surgeons waiting in the waiting room. It's literally a special driver hired to sit outside the hospital and wait for this person to transition to then harvest these organs and fly them out. Private flight to the next person that's literally paying tens of thousands of dollars for these organs. So you telling me you got lungs working for you, you got a whole nervous system, you have all of these things working for you, and you got something to complain about? You're not focusing on God. and the literal miracle that it is to be alive. Like, if you're alive, give thanks every day, not just Thanksgiving, baby. Give thanks. So many people would pay, literally, not making this up, kill to be in your position. So many people will literally kill to have the opportunities that most people take for granted. So I say all that to say, don't fall victim to other people's drama story. Don't even fall victim to your own drama story. That familiar reason of why suffering is necessary and why there's no solution and why the problem is bigger than the program. No, it's not. No, it's not. There are solutions, and if you're not lazy, you'll work toward them. And guess what happens? Guess what happens when you start working toward the solutions? When you start focusing on God? You allow God to really do some incredible work. I mean, he's already doing amazing work. He got you living and breathing and walking around and talking, and you're able to do so many things just when you feel like doing them. When you feel like getting up out of bed, you're able to just get up out of bed. Like, what? You serious? So yeah, get about that drama story. Stay about that drama story. And let God literally drive. When you're not in the drama story, you're able to be a lot of other places. And guess what? You're able to venture into the unknown. See, me, I love to be in the unknown. I don't want to know what I'm doing next week. I don't want to know what I'm doing next year. Because my plans are basic. I tell people all the time, my goals, ghetto to God. My plans, ghetto to God. My ideas, ghetto to God. I only want God's goals, God's plans, God's ideas. I don't want no basic stuff that's based off of my basic little journey. I want God to flow through me. That's why my brand is literally carpentry. Quality goods to serve as reminders to remain grounded in God flow. You need to stay in God flow. The moment you're feeling stuck is the moment you're in that ego. We don't need to be wrapped up in our ego or no one else's ego. That's not serving them, and it's definitely not serving us. I know God has us here to thrive together, not to be being ghetto together. Dragging each other down, worrying each other, becoming overly dependent on each other. You're supposed to be dependent on God. I don't even like when people complain. I don't like when people complain in general. But I don't even like when people complain about, oh, this person said they was going to do this for me. They said, da, da, da. What you doing? What? Did you focus on what God is doing? I think you need to focus on that. People will let you down. It's okay. Your faith should not be in those people. Your faith should be in God. You'll never catch me complaining about somebody didn't do this or they said they was going to do that. Because guess what? I'm doing this with God. And I'm doing it regardless, whether you with me or not. Because I'm with God. So really, I look at everything like, if somebody wants to help me or if somebody says they want to help me, cool. But guess what? I'm doing it regardless. And guess what? No matter who's on the team, I'm on the winning team because I'm on God's team. So while I do believe that we need each other, we complete each other, nobody can stop the show. Nobody can stop what God has already ordained. Nobody can stop what God already said is to be done. And that's why when I pray that God's will be done. It's just going to continue to be done. I don't want it to be my will. I don't want it to be this person's will. I want it to be God's will, because that's going to be the most beautiful outcome that could ever possibly be. God has the real blueprint. So I'm never getting caught up on what I thought was supposed to happen, who I thought was supposed to help me with this, or who I thought was supposed to do that. No, obviously if they're not doing it, they're not the person. It's not rocket science, and I'm not about to get held up on it. You gotta stay in God's flow and keep on rolling, baby, because this is a beautiful adventure. And guess what? You ain't really got them big answers. You know what I'm saying? That's why you just enjoy the ride that God has you on, because it's beautiful. Life is beautiful, And just like anything else is amplified when you focus on it, so is that beauty. We're really given all the ingredients we need for a great life, a beautiful life, and a wonderful journey. We gotta focus on the good. We gotta focus on God. And stop entertaining anything that is not for Him or His glory. No more drama stories. Simply being present, being grateful, allowing God to use us, fill us up, and shine through us for His glory. And His glory only. Starve the ego, starve the flesh, feed the soul. You should be having fun and keeping a heart full of gold. So cheers to never neglecting ourselves. God wouldn't want that. That's ghetto. And enjoying the journey. Oh, that's good. Yeah, God bless. I love beets. I love carrots. I love pineapple. I love it all. Amazing.